next is gonna be punches for mount. This one is just so important from here. Ben, go ahead and do full mount from here. So he's on top. Now, understand when he reaches up with that right hand and cocks back the punch, don't wait for it. Right when you see anything going up, so start from here, and right when you rip it up, I wanna sit up and I wanna give him a hug. Okay, so remember, I'm literally just doing a sit up and I'm hugging his body. Okay, as this cocks back, I stay up. Now stay in that position, stay up. If you can't go back, see where I'm at? I push my feet in the ground and now I bring him down. Okay, so stay up all the way. Good base, go ahead and punch. I sit up, now see where he's at? This brings him down here, hands on the mat. Now I grab, I pull myself up. I'm gonna go as on this side, my hand comes in, and I punch up and I trap. Hug my shoulder so you don't hurt your wrist, and I punch and I come all the way through, right here. Keep your head as tight as possible. So go ahead and get mount. If my head is back here, when I go to grab, now just put your left forearm in front of my face and just pry it down. You're gonna get stuck right here and he's gonna punch you with the right hand. Nope, keep this here. Yeah, so this will post you down, this will hold you, and this hand will punch you freely, okay? So right when you go ahead and set up the punch. I come down, pull, wrap the arm, and I bump and go right from here. And this will save you a mount position. This one is very, very important as well. It's gonna be from the guard position, and if someone starts throwing punches, all right? So Ben, you're going inside my guard. And this one's really, really easy to do. Now, most people are right-handed, okay? So when this one cocks back, all you need to do is drop this knee in. That's it, okay? So Ben, go ahead and throw that right punch. I come up like this. Go ahead and back out. I keep my knee like all the way. See how I keep my knee and my elbow? So these are gonna be here, just like that. So my knee comes up and I trap, so it falls in. Go ahead, Ben, throw that right hand. I pull up like this. Now I'm gonna kick and I grab this one through. I hold his head in this position. If he starts punching me in the body with this one, I'm gonna prop my elbow and I pull my knee as well. I slide this down to the wrist, okay? I push this one back and I wrap right to a triangle position for me to finish, okay? Number two, he punches me in the body. I drop this in, I push back. Now if he rips this arm all the way back, I throw this right over to the triangle as well, and now I'm locked. I can finish by throwing this over and finishing my choke, okay? You all right, brother? I know it was tight, okay? Now, if he throws two big punches, so he cocks back, I catch, see where I'm at here? Now throw those punches like crazy. Yep, pull them all the way back, throw them back, stand up, see where I'm at? I'm safe. He comes back down, okay? Now, let's say he pulls one of his arms all the way back. Go ahead and pick one. So he pulls it all the way, pull it out, perfect. When that comes back, I do the same thing, I come up, okay? At any point from here as well, I slide my hands down to both like we did with one, and I post right here. Now, I can cock back, and I can strike from the bottom. I can also load him up and kick him all the way back and stand up. So that's gonna be your punch defense from guard. Okay, next is gonna be clinching and managing distance. So from here, go ahead and face here. Now, I don't wanna get hit, so go ahead and reach this hand out for me. If this is out and I'm here, I'm safe in this position because we can't hit each other. This is the go zone, okay? Right here, this is the no-go zone. You're gonna get hit. But the last is gonna be from here because I'm so tight. So from here, if he punches with that lead hand, I wanna make sure that I throw my head to the outside. So when this is here, I practice coming out, my hands are staying up, and I'm traveling down this arm, and I'm hugging the body, and I'm trying to circle around. If he's to throw his right arm from here, I push my head to the outside, I come down this arm, and I hug the body, and I circle. Now at full sequence, you can go ahead and throw that right hand. So when I'm here, I'm gonna move my head, I clinch in, and I'm gonna take 3 steps forward. My head is in, throw elbows. My head is in so he can't throw elbows. I take 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. When this happens, I stick my leg out, and I stay right here, and I circle up the back. So it's gonna be managing distance to a clinch, and it'll be takedown. And be overhand punch defense. So from here, go ahead and put your hands up, Ben. He's gonna throw an overhand right. So from here, the power's coming, go ahead and throw it nice and slow. I wanna circle away, okay? See how my hand comes up? So let's do it again. He throws an overhand right. Now I step here, I'm circling around, and I'm pulling this here. So see how I get nice and tight? Now, I step in front. So here, I don't want my belt higher than his. I want my belt lower from here. I load him up on my hip and I pull him through. I stay all the way up. So that's going to be for the overhand defense. It's going to be defense to kicks from staying in position. So he throws a roundhouse kick, and I want to circle away, just like we did with the overhand punch. Now from here, I can punch through, and my finish is going to be punching here. I take the leg that's not on the same side of the one that's held, and I'm going to kick this through right here. Slow. I'm going to kick through, and I wrap this leg. Stay up. So I'm here, and I wrap. Right here, and take him down. I stay up, and I throw the legs. Okay? Now next is going to be front kick. Go ahead and stand up. I'll throw a right front kick at the center. From here, I want to try to catch from here. Option one is I come underneath, I can push this up. Option number two is I slide this to the side. See where I'm at? I grab, I put my hips underneath, I lift, and I can take them down from here. So there's going to be two of my defenses to kick on. So I covered getting inside the clinch and getting in tight with our opponent. So now we have to understand takedown series to get the person on the ground. The three I like to use, the number one is the hip toss. Number two is going to be the leg hook. Number three is going to be the back take. So my goal is I want to move through all three of these takedowns within the clinch. So we covered, if I'm here and we have the gi and we're playing this game, we're talking sport. I'm talking about when we got into the clinch from here where I'm in this position. So see how I have my hands locked? I might have this one over. I might have this one over. We have to understand when we get into the clinch, we are clinched up and I'm keeping my hips glued. So my goal is to get both of my arms underneath right here. All right, that's why we do the pummeling drills where we come here. Oh, get that underhook. Yeah, so we're constantly fighting. Pop, pop, perfect. Steve was letting me have both of my underhooks. Now, from here, if I can get these, this is awesome, and I gotta make sure I protect my face. So from here, I got double unders, and my head's on the inside, my hips are glued, just like this. So I'm hugging. If this hand cocks back to punch me, I follow back like this. See where I'm at? And I suck this in. So I'm not actually grabbing, I'm holding it in. I step with my back foot in front, and I get my hip in front of him. I'll give you another angle. So from here, remember, I'm on the side. I want to take this back foot. I'm not reaching here. I'm putting my hips in front of him. So when I lift up, he comes clean off the mat. It's effortless. If you feel like you're like this, I don't have any power here. See, I'm off center. I want my base in front of him, and I lift. So again, I take this, I cross in front of his foot, and I slide my hips. How I like to do it is I do a little push. When he pushes back into me, I step in front of him. Now I lift him off the ground, and he's going to do his break fall right here. From this position, I come up. See, I hold, and I lift. There's arm locks from here, where I can grip over. If I have to, I do have strikes optional. The goal would be to get away. Thanks, Steve. So we're going to come back up. So that's number one, was the hip toss. So understand, I'm here. He cocks back to punch me. I follow this. I step around and see how I coil myself up. So again, I take my body and I coil around. When he tries to follow, that's when I step and I just effortlessly step through. That's going to be the hip toss. Next one is going to be the leg wrap. So from here, I got my clinch. And now from here, I do the same thing. I coil around like this. If he starts to punch, I try to grip up. My back leg is going to hug his leg. See right where you're at? If I do it on the opposite side, it'd be my left. And I'm just trying to coil this up, however is possible. From this side, I'm here. I'm holding this from getting punched, and I'm going to wrap this leg. And I want to lift up and twist towards the leg that's up. Watch how I land on my hands. I grab, I lift, and I take it down. See how my knees never hit the mat? I'm up in this position. I can move to a dominant position, so if you try to push me off or hip escape, I literally step right over, right into mount. Probably one of my favorite takedowns. So again, we're inside. I have my hip toss. What's going to happen is he steps around so he doesn't get taken down. Right when that happens, I level my body right in front of him, and I hook this leg. I lift it up, and I twist. So I shot it, and I lift. If I do it right, I can stay up on my feet. I can disengage, or I can move forward to this position, or knee on stomach. And the last one is going to be the back take. I've shown this one before, but now in the series, we're here, I coil around, I go to step, I have my hip toss. He steps in front. Now from here, I have my leg hook. If this fails, I can slip my head out and I put it right in the center of his back. Reason it's here, throw elbows. Now he can't hit me. I push into him and there's two finishes from here. I can wedge my foot up and pull him on. Boom, so now I take him down and I can slide up to the back, right here, or I can throw my body over. So we're here, I push to the back. Now I'm going to trip and I'm going to roll. So I hop around. Now I have dominant position on top. Next is going to be defense through a front choke. So he grabs both hands right here. Two different variations. Number one is I want to close both of these together. So I close both these here. Now I can come with strikes. Train yourself when he grabs. Pull this back. It's going to be right elbow and then knees happen after. Okay? Also, if he pushes, go ahead and grab. If he pushes back, step back with one foot. So from here, you have a stopper. You can cut through with this elbow up the center. Grab his body and sit through. So that'll be front choke. Okay, next is going to be a choke from the back. So from here, Ben chokes from here. I grab his arm, I squat down, I take him over, right over top. So I lower my hips and go underneath. Number two, he pulls back right here. So his front choke is going to grab, and watch what happens to my body. You know what, let's go sideways. So from here, my body gets arched this way, okay? I want to take my foot and I step behind. So I'm leaning on him right now. This is a pivot point. I'm going to turn right here and I squat down. I have this, I squat, step at a 45, and I bump this leg out. And this would be the two chokes from back. As next is going to be grabs from the front from here. So Ben, if you want, go ahead and grab right here with your right hand. Okay, now this is just a show from here. I get grabbed. This is one of my favorite variations. I come over top and I grab. I'm going to pop this up if he lets go or not. I take this up and I step all the way through. See the arm bar? It's because his thumb is pointed down and I pinch with my elbow here. All I have to do is lean and I have my arm bar from here. Okay? Also, go ahead and front grab from here. Go ahead. Yep, go ahead and do both actually. Now from here, I shoot both of my hands up. So he's now grabbed with both. I punch my fist up and I wrap around to this position. I can circle from here, grab, and finish with my throw. Those are your grabs from the front, the big guys. Next is going to be grabs from the back. Now, this is really interesting because you can do it from both sides, and if you do this over and over and train it, you'll be able to do it no matter what. So he's going to start out, his left hand is going to grab my right shoulder, so we'll train both sides. As he pulls me back, I keep in my base and my hands come up. So train, keeping your hands up. This one comes over, punches down. That pushes his elbow, and I come up. I grab, see how my palm is up? I grab my own wrist, and I lift this right here for shoulder lock. If he straightens his arm, I stay tight, and I let go. So we go from here, go ahead and straighten the arm, post, grab my own wrist, I pinch, and I lift right here. So it's going to be a straight arm lock. Now if he grabs on the same side, so his right hand grabs here and pulls me back, there's nothing for me to take on this side. So I continue to move, and I go back to number one. One more time for that, go ahead and grab. I come up, and this is where I'm at. So I have my straight arm lock, and I step through. So that's going to be for both from grabs from the back. This one's really, really important. So Ben, you're going to be bear hugging me, all right? Okay, so little guys typically won't, but you never know, all right? So watch, it's going to be a bear hug from the front. So what's going to happen is if he goes underneath my arms, so both of his arms hug right here, and he gets in this position, okay? I want to get my hands underneath his chin, and I come here, I walk my hips back, and I post right here. Go ahead and squeeze as tight as you can. When I extend my arms, right here, prise him back. If they don't let go, we pry back, and my shot is going to be the elbow shot to the throat. Okay? Number two, he grabs over my arms right here because he wants to lift me up. From here, I put my hands here, and I walk back. This back knee throws as a strike, and as it comes back, that momentum throws this up, and it puts me here. And you have your series of takedowns from there. So that's going to be the bear hug from the front. Next is going to be from the back. So Ben, you'll do the same thing under my arms. So I'll give you guys a side angle. Right from here. So we start under the arms like we did from the front under. Now it's from the back and under. What can happen here is he's going to try to lift me, and I want to take this foot and hook right here. So as he lifts me off the ground, I hook and I throw my hands down. I grab here and I lift this. This takes him back. I don't want to fall. If I fall, not a good base. I take this one back. Self-defense from here is I can sit down. I can completely disengage, or I can sit down and I fall on top of the leg that's here. I lock my legs. I swim underneath, and right from here, I have a knee lock. I hug and I arch forward till hyperextension. Now, if he grabs over my arms, from here, he grabs over, I do the same thing. If he tries to lift, I hug and I do a crunch right here. I push my hips slightly to the right, and now I'm gonna go big time the other way. I hug his legs, and I can pick him up and dump him to the side. If they hold on, you throw. They will go. So those are gonna be your defense. The bear hugs from the front and the back, headlock from standing. It's not gonna necessarily be a traditional grappling competition headlock. It's just if your head gets wrapped up. So from here, this is gonna be around my neck, and he locks both of his hands together, okay? My hips need to come in, and then I post right here. So I'm trying to actually look up, because if my head is down, my head will get ripped. I'm in this position. This hand comes over top, okay? Let's turn real quick. So I can grab the one that's grabbing, I come over top. We'll go back. This one here comes in. I don't push on my hand, I post on my forearm. I push my hips, and I pop like this to make space, okay? I take this hand and I hook his nose right here, and I push his hip all around. My hand's under his throat. I grab my own hand, I pinch my elbows, and I stand and lift for a choke. Okay, number two, go ahead and grab headlock, right from here, this position. Now, watch what'll happen. He cocks his hand back, I follow it through. This hand comes underneath, and I trap. Both of these are holding. I grab, and I walk my head to this position. Now I have his shoulder behind his back, pinch it with my body, and my hand comes underneath and over top from here. Now I can put him forward, and we can walk. Next variation, go ahead and throw, pop from here. See where I'm at? He pulls my head down, I hook his chin, and I grab his leg, I lift up, and I can take down from here. Next, he pulls me down through the ground. This is our last variation on our feet, and then we're gonna take it down. So he grabs this, and as I'm going down, I'm gonna wrap and throw. So I'm here, I'm looking up, he pulls my head, I go with the flow, and I sit, and I rock. Right here, hug on nice and tight, hug onto the head, hands over. Now I'm here. I can't stay in this position. So what I need to do is I step my foot over, keep that good clinch. This hand comes in, so now I'm prying against it. I make enough space to slip my head out. I can hug on top, step, and come right over for my arm lock. So that's gonna be all headlock variations, starting from standing and moving to the ground. Okay, so these are gonna be headlocks on the ground. This is so important to learn. So I'm gonna be down in this position on my back. This one will grab my head right here. Perfect. Now see where I'm at? I'm in this bad position where I'm trapped. Watch what I'm gonna do with my hips from here. I hug the body underneath the floating ribs, and I bunch up like this. Now, I'm gonna walk myself underneath him. So I'm getting my hips as close as I can under him, and now I'm rolling him over top. And now I can go back to the next variation that we did if they pull you down. Number two, I'll go on this side for this next one. So over here, headlock variation number two. That's what I'm gonna do. My hands come in, just like we were on the feet. We came in and in. See my 2 feet? I come out. 1, 2. So now I'm taking the base out from under him. I rock this leg back, and I hook his head. Now I rock back from here. I can come on top. I can do a Kimura finish, or I step up and I bring my knee through, right to armbar. Next. And this is your final one from here. What happens, my hands are here. If he cocks this one back to hit me, I follow it. So that hand that was here, when that comes up, it follows up. This comes underneath, and I hug these nice and tight. See where I'm at? I have it. Now, watch what I do. I pull my elbow down, and I throw this leg that's on top over, and I lock my legs. Now I have his leg trapped, and I have his arm trapped, both on the same side. These are still free. Even though he has my head, all I do is I pull over to the side, control the wrist, I throw in my hook, and I grab a choke. I pull back, keeping everything tight, and I finish with choke. Thank you, Ben. You're welcome. Okay, next is going to be a choke for mount position. This is a pretty basic move that we learn when we do all our escapes, but I want you to understand the concept and be able to stay calm under pressure. So Ben is going to come from here and go into full mount, and he's going to grab just enough where I can still talk, please. So his arms are going to be all the way locked out, extended, and he's going to grab right here on my throat. Now, I don't really want to overthink this. I trap, just like this, okay? So if it's, I want to go this way, I grab on the same side. If I want to go this way, I grab right here, and I come underneath, okay? I'll go this way for you. So go ahead, choke as tight as you can, and press my head down, because I don't want to be able to breathe here. I grab, and I come over top, I trap the foot, and I bump up, and now I'm going to roll away, putting me back in guard. So just understand, when the head is pinned down, I have to elevate my hips and hold the arm to roll off. This one is so important. Guillotine, defense from standing. So this is a really common thing that you might get caught in any altercation up on your feet. So understand, from here my head is wrapped. Guillotine choke from here. Let me show you my favorite one. It's probably the most simple to do from here. I'm caught, I take my hand that's on the opposite side, and I wrap over his shoulder as I pull this choke down. So see how I'm not using my thumb? I'm hooking and I'm pulling to take the choke off my throat. This hand, from this side, swims all the way over. Now I'm going to walk away from the choke. Because if I walk this way, I'm going into the choke. I walk to the side right here, and I'm going to use my knee to shot his knee right here. As I do that, I pull him back, and I take him down. If he continues to squeeze right here, this hand is going to grab his armpit, and I lean to my right side, putting my weight down until you get a choke, okay? Another from here, you get caught in your guillotine. See where I'm at? I have my grip, and I'm here, all right? I'm struggling to get this, and let's say it's a person that I can lift. I try to come down, I hug the leg. Now from here, I can lift and take them down, same thing. Last one is going to be the roll through. Straight over. So from here, I get caught. I actually want to take my hands and I put them both on the hips. All I do is with my foot is I kick all the way through, and I'm going to squat my butt down to my heels, and I literally am going to roll him straight over. Hands are on the hips, go ahead and start squeezing. So from here I come down, now I come up top, and I can let go. So these are a couple different ones that you can do from standing guillotine. Make sure that we know how to get out of the guillotine from the ground position. So we covered standing, and this is going to be from the ground, all right? So Ben, will you put me in your guard in a guillotine? So go ahead and switch this way. So guys, from here, we're going to have the closed guard, and now we're going to get wrapped up in the guillotine, all right? So this one's going to come around my neck. So go ahead and sit up in and put that all the way in. Good, yep. Now, he locks these up, and this is so, so important. I'm going to show you guys two angles. You got both hands locked up?
No, I do.
Good, perfect. Now, from here, I need to get this hand over top of the shoulder, right here. So the opposite arm, let's hear, is going to go over top of the shoulder. Now, I'm going to drive this down, and as I'm hugging this, I'm trying to get his lat and like his armpit, just like this. Now, I'm on my knees. I need to get up on my toes, and what happens when I push my shoulder forward up towards here, I put all this pressure on his neck. This hand is going to reach in and grab his wrist. Now, I put my weight down, and I look up. Now, I can pin this off from here. I can look up, and I can sit back to this position. Let's go ahead and turn. Now, the reason this is so effective is he's actually caught in a choke, and it's a blood choke from here. So again, go ahead and lock that up. Go ahead and sit up, however you got to get it nice and tight. Now, from here, I reach up, big hug. I put this one down. I get up on my toes. Now, I'm putting the pressure to start hitting the choke, and this hand is going to slip inside. So go ahead and hold that nice and tight. Go ahead. Go ahead, yep, and start to finish. I put this here, I reach up and in. Now, when I grab, I'm kicking this right underneath his wrist, and I peel this off as I look up, and I pin it down. Then I sit back like this. All right, so we have to make sure when we're grabbing it, we're not like grabbing the fingers or getting the thumb. I want to get a full grip inside of here. So this is around, I'm grabbing, and I'm pulling. And the pressure posted up on here is going to make sure that he's not getting in the air. So his carotid artery is going to be pinched off from his shoulder, and then my arm. So when these two compress from here and from here, he's caught in the von Flue choke. And then we'll be able to peel this off. And if they don't let go, they go to sleep. Now, really, really important when he gets this, if he wants to prevent me from doing it, he'll have this elbow up really high. So don't let me swim that one over. Go ahead and block it out. From here is really tough. So right when you feel this come up, this hand comes in to alleviate, and I go ahead and block me out with that elbow. So this one's here, so I can't, yep, don't let me swim. So I'm here. Put your hand right up the middle. Itsy bitsy spider, get your grip. Then we come forward, peel this one off, pin, clear, and take it back. That's your guillotine escape from the ground position. Okay guys, another variation of this that's really, really important that you know. This is really uncommon to see if, like, you know, my partner here, Ben, he's very good at jiu-jitsu. He's not gonna do this, he knows better. But if you go against someone that doesn't know the flow of things, they will try to do this to you just because they don't know. So Ben, will you please put your head right here and your feet down here? So what happens sometimes is you'll take someone down and they'll get this around your neck like a guillotine like this. And now go ahead and lock your hands together. So my head is still caught and I'm in side control. The biggest problem here is if he's really strong, he can squeeze. Go ahead. It's still really, really tight. Now, same thing applies here. It's bitsy spider. Give this a hug. So I'm trying to get his lat and like up in his armpit. Now, I'm gonna press my shoulder, not enough where he can roll me over. I'm here and I drive my shoulder in and I get up on my toes. All right, so I'm not on my knees, I'm up on the balls of my feet. This hand is gonna reach in to peel this off. Now I'm gonna push this one down and I pop this one off. I get my head out, then I get, exactly, it's tight, huh? Now from the other side, go ahead and turn feet down this way. And will you scooch up a little bit, just this way, just a little bit, perfect, yeah. Okay, now from here, I get caught, go ahead and throw that guillotine in again. So let's say you try to take somebody down, they catch you here. Remember, boom, you land down. This is good, but this is better, because I'm hugged here. Now, go ahead and squeeze, go ahead and squeeze. I get here on my knee, grab it up, now I'm up on my toes. I drive my way down, I peel this off, I pin it, I slip my head out, I come down. Watch the regard when you come up like this. So if this is here, and I alleviate and I come up like this, he can put his knee inside like this. So my goal is to push the weight. Yep, now